Hey guys, it is Wednesday here in West Virginia, and as I mentioned in yesterday's video, I found a couple of haulers at Walmart from M2 machines, and I grabbed one because I was just curious to see the casting up close and personal, so I figured I'd go ahead and do a video on it while I'm taking a look at it. And that casting is the new 1948 Ford panel truck. I honestly didn't even know they were going to be releasing this. Actually, they dumped a bunch of castings on me that I did not know about until last minute. So as you can see, it is just a Ford Motor Company set, a very nice set, especially if you're a Ford guy or a street rod guy. This is a must-have set. The 32 Ford Roadster on the back is very nicely done. It's like, I don't know, kind of like a 50 style hot rod with the still rims, dog dish caps, flathead V8. Very cool looking car, has a chopped windshield and such. So very, very cool little Roadster. So anyways, we're going to be taking this out and we'll be unscrewing the 48 Ford to get a close-up look at it. Just want to see how it looks in hand. I was kind of tempted to buy the club one. I forget what it's called, Little Devil or something like that. And it had the devil, like a cartoon devil or demon painted on it. And it was really cool, actually. And I know there's a lot of controversy about it, people complaining that, people's taking it too far. So it's just a picture. But anyways, because of that paint job, I was tempted of getting it, but $40 for this casting, shit, it was hard for me to give $23 for the set with the truck and with the Roadster. So yeah, paying the $23 for this set, probably about 25 with tax and everything, wasn't a bad deal. But as I mentioned, paying 40 just for that truck, I would have had a hard time doing that. But that's just me, and it is cool. So let's take a look at the box and such. This set in particular, they made 5,250 pieces and 750 chase pieces. So there wasn't a lot of these made either. Then the Ford Motor Company with Fomo. I love that logo, Fomo. Very cool and nostalgic. And then the Ford Blue Oval on the bottom with your licensing and choking hazard. Warnings and such things like that. Very cool. And the end caps, as you know, are like little windows to see the back of the car and the front of the truck. So this has two round stickers on it, one on the bottom, one on the side, and we're going to get them peeled back. I try not to cut them in case somebody else ends up with it besides me, which most likely that's going to be the case with this one. I want to keep it at least as much original as I can for them, except now the box just ripped. So that's not going to be that much original. Oh well, I mean, it's original, it's just ripped original. So anyways, let's get this guy out and take a look at him. And yeah, I knew about their Ford Ranger a couple, I don't know, months before it was dropped as a club piece. Then I knew about the S10, like, I don't know, months in advance, maybe a year in advance for that one. But I did not know about the 64 Impala, and I did not know about this. The Trans Am I knew about, but only like a month ago. So it wasn't like I knew about it long in advance. But yeah, so I was kind of surprised to see these new castings being dropped. I know they're doing a Toyota truck. I seen that picture the other day. An Astrovan also is coming, or it's already out. There's a new set of trucks, and the Astrovan in that series looks pretty cool. And I may try to get it that would be a cool one to put an adjustable suspension on. And such. Same thing with one of the Toyota trucks, but the Toyota truck's been done by quite a few people. So the Astrovan, there's a nice one from Tomy Tech, the TLVN stuff, the really high end stuff. They make a very nice Astro, but they're very expensive too. They're like $40. I was looking, there it is, right here in front of me. So, anyways, take a look at the Roadster up close. Once again, they did a nice job on it. I just wish there was a little more detail, like a separate piece for the steering wheel, or at least paint it a different color. Same thing with the shifter. Considering how much we're paying for these and such, and it looks like the tire, I mean, is a little bit off. Like it's not seated on the rim right, or there's just excess rubber there. It doesn't fit so well. That's what I mean with M2. The money that we pay for their stuff, their quality has went downhill, and I know I've complained to them several times, and they told me, well, it's because there's so much mass production that we cannot keep tabs on all of it. And we try our best with quality control, but we're pumping out so much quantity every year, and that's bullshit. They do not pump out that much quantity like we see with this set. 5,200 pieces. Okay, club examples of the truck, they made what, 1,400 of them, something like that. Altogether, they probably don't do as much production the entire year as like what Hot Wheels does with one mainline case. So they're not cranking out that much stuff. They have enough opportunity to really check out their stuff to make sure that it's getting the type of like clearance that it should, meaning that it should be checked over pretty good. I mean, I don't want like 10 different people handling it, looking at it and stuff, but to at least like take a look at it after it's finally together, have somebody look at it and then move along, put it in the box or whatever, but at least take a quick look at it, roll it real quick and see if it's got bent axles, make sure it's got all 4 freaking tires, and make sure it's got the screws in it. I've seen some horrible stuff from him too, and once again, they're not cranking out that much production. But Hot Wheels, on the other hand, they are cranking out millions and millions of each case, and they also have mistakes, errors, but they're $1 cars, and they're also probably, going by the ratio of quantity produced, they're probably only like maybe 1/3 of the error, mistake, garbage that M2 throws out there. I still like M2 stuff, but that's one of the reasons I quit collecting the Dodge truck, because the rear wheel opening on the fleet side started getting all boogered up, like it had pieces hanging down, or it had raised areas that weren't supposed to be there. It was way off. It wasn't straight. It was really, really messed up. It looked like it was rusted and filled up with Bondo or something. Actually, it didn't even look like it was filled with Bondo. Just the whole wheel opening was way out of whack and deformed. And then I noticed a couple of the recent fleet sides recently. Some of them are making it out with decent ones, so they must have done some work on one of their molds. But the step side now, I seen a guy post in our Mopar group on FB. He bought the Warlock set, and he said it was a good find, and it is a cool find. But I was looking at his truck, and the whole wheel opening is like drooped down back here. And that's the step side. So now the step side's having issues. Shit like that shouldn't make it out of the factory, especially if it's a $7 or $8 truck. And that was a diorama one, so that's $10.88. It's just crazy. But this thing here is pretty nice, actually. Now, getting back on topic, this thing is pretty cool. None of the doors open. I don't see anything sliding. The back doors, they seem to be sealed too. But it is a heavy little casting. It is all metal. Metal base, I think. Yeah, I think it's a metal base. But anyways, I saw doing the lip test. They always say put your lip against it, and if it feels cold, then it's metal, not plastic. But everything feels warm right now. So anyways, I think it's metal. It is pretty heavy. And it rolls really nice, actually. So this is a nice truck. They did a good job. And the 32.4, just that little bit of rubber being overhung on the wheel, that's acceptable. I could take that off and trim it and put the tire right back on. So not that big of a deal. So this is a nice set. This is how the stuff should come out of their factory. But yeah, those casting errors, I don't even see that from Hot Wheels too often. And usually, if it does happen, it's only on a few and they fix it immediately. I've complained like 3 or 4 different times to M2 about the wheel opening on the fleet side, and they just blew it off like it was no big deal. So, I still collect their stuff. I am going to get one of their 64 Impalas. I will get the Astro van coming up and such. But, yeah, I'm just not going to be an avid collector like I was with the Dodge truck, trying to get all the variants. Yeah, it's just not worth it anymore. But they do still make some cool cars. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to totally slam M2 here, but I don't get any sponsorship, no throwbacks or anything like that from any manufacturer. I've tried to collaborate with some of them. So since I can't collaborate with none of them, I'm going to be 100% honest about their product, and it is what it is. M2 needs to step up their quality control. But that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. This thing's nice. Looking at the grill area, I'm sorry I get off topic totally with my rant about M2. But yeah, the thing is a very nicely done truck. It looks accurate for what I can remember these things looking like, but as these are not a vehicle that you see too often, and it's definitely not like what comes to your mind as a collector, like a vehicle that you want to collect. But it is pretty cool. It is definitely outside of the box, as far as I can say, with the idea of developing something like this. But it is cool. It's different, and I like different stuff. So I kind of wish I would have got the one with the demon or devil on it. But anyway, still would be kind of hard to throw out $40 for that when I can buy like a Fine Works Impala with adjustable suspension for less than that. But anyways, guys, enjoy the rest of your week. It is hump day, and we'll be back again on Friday to crack open some Revell lowriders and a couple other things. So be sure to turn on your notification bell so you know when we do drop a new video. Enjoy the rest of your week.